Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky Partnership aims to improve the lives of homeless people here in the Commonwealth, and an Eastern Kentucky Sheriff's Office plans to add a new face and a set of paws to its patrol.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning at 6:33 here on this Thursday morning. I hope you're having a good morning. We're all jazzed and pumped over here. Brandon, good morning to you. And every morning, Brandon, since Tuesday, I've texted our producer, who I know is probably yelling in my ear saying, wrap it up. I've asked her every morning, you know, is it raining outside? Instead of texting you, our favorite our favorite forecaster. I don't know what my deal is.
I can tell you right off the bat, but yes, today it is raining outside, but it also could be some freezing rain the further north you get. Let's go right to live pinpoint Doppler radar, and you see that pink showing up there indicating some colder air to our north. So just keep an eye out for that thin glaze of ice possible. We're keeping an eye on the Moorhead camera just to see if we see anything. So far, it just looks wet, but again, temperatures very near freezing up there this morning, so we're keeping an eye on that. 40s and 50s down south. 12-hour planner for today. We're going to climb all day long into the mid to upper 50s by close to midnight. Sunset tonight at 6:22. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, there are still a lot of questions to answer after a former lawmaker's daughter was killed in a home invasion over in Madison County. Police are investigating after Jordan Morgan was shot and killed after someone entered the mansion Tuesday morning, exchanging gunfire with the homeowner, Wesley Morgan. Our Phil Pendleton has the latest on the investigation.
It is a home that is easily seen from several different areas all over this part of Richmond, the home of former lawmaker Wesley Morgan, where an unthinkable act of violence took place early Tuesday morning.
As you can imagine, Madison County, Richmond, it's home to not only a lot of police officers, but it's home to me. And being a part of a community where something like this happens is incredibly tragic.
Police have now spent most of 2 days combing through various parts of the massive home that sits on more than 170 acres.
And part of the reason why we're still here at this scene is we need to know, and we want to know. And so we're going to look into everything. You know, frankly, I think whenever we say unturn every stone, that is something that we are doing in this investigation.
The crime has shocked many in this growing part of Madison County. We spoke with people who say they moved here because of the low crime rate. In Frankfort, where Morgan worked as a state representative for 2 years, his former colleagues are also anxiously waiting for answers.
I know there's still many questions being asked. We hate to hear what occurred. It's a tragedy regardless of whose family is impacted, but we are withholding any comments at this time until the investigation is further along.
That was Phil Pendleton reporting. Police say they do not have any suspects, persons of interest, or a good description of who they are looking for to release any information. They also say it is too early to say if this was a random attack or if the homeowner was targeted. Well, nearly 2 years after the police raid that killed Breonna Taylor, the only officer facing criminal charges is standing trial. Former LMPD officer Brett Hakinson is charged with wanton endangerment for shooting into the apartment of Taylor's neighbors. One witness was on the stand yesterday. He told jurors he got up and was heading to the door to see what the noise was. He says it sounded like someone was trying to break into his apartment. Now, as he was going toward the entrance, he says he started getting hit in the face with drywall debris. Well, he says one bullet was just an inch from him. He dropped to the living room floor and then started crawling back to his bedroom.
I mean, I heard the shots, pretty much knew that it was gunfire coming through the wall, because that's what I do for a living is remodeling. So when drywall started hitting me in the face, like I already knew.
Hakinson's attorney told the jury the scene that night was chaos. Well, he says Hakinson was following his training to defend himself and fellow officers until the threat had been stopped. Every year, service organizations across Kentucky perform a census of homeless people. Now, at this point in time, the count gives leaders a sense of overall homelessness in counties and cities across the state. WYMT's Zach Hawk has more from the 2022 census team in Knox County.
For some people, the call to service is enough to get involved with an organization like the KC EOC Community Action Partnership.
It gives me a great satisfaction. It gives me a purpose. You know, a lot of people don't get to do a job where they directly affect people's lives and then see later on the positive outcomes that come from that.
While others have a personal connection to their cause.
My family struggled with homelessness throughout my childhood and early adulthood. My mother, she actually passed away homeless.
So now she helps the homeless. On Wednesday, her team conducted a census as part of a statewide effort to share pathways to housing and other critical services.
They don't know about these resources, so we try to go out and do some outreach to offer them case management services and housing.
And on colder, wetter days, people really need that guidance.
We had some resources when I was younger, but the places that we've seen today were more like a third world country you would see on a movie.
Lending a hand to people living in those conditions is what the work is all about for this team.
To give a hand up to our community, to provide hope and opportunity to individuals who are in need.
Providing others with the resources to find their own Kentucky home. In Knox County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
KCEOC was founded in 1964 after President Lyndon Johnson declared a war on poverty. Since then, they have provided a range of community-oriented services from childhood education, workforce services to home repair and home ownership. The Fletcher County Sheriff's Office is planning to add a new face to its patrol and just a couple sets of paws. After a Facebook post by the Sheriff's Office last month informing the community of a plan to bring a canine officer on board, support began pouring in. Now, with donations from many organizations and individuals, the office is planning to start training with Canine Officer Zara, who will be a new addition to the fight against the drug epidemic in the county.
It's hard for me to put into words, but I am honored and humbled that the citizens would take out of their pocket to give to us as an agency. But you know, again, it just tells the support that they have for us and our department, our office. You know, it's not my office, it's the citizens' office.
Well, Sheriff Mickey Stein says large donations from MCHC, ARC, and ARH will ensure that the county can bring this asset on board, and other donations will be crucial in the training and upkeep of adding Zara to the squad. Well, the Appalachian Arts Alliance has quickly become a household name to many in Eastern Kentucky. The organization offers various music and arts for classes for kids and even adults. And a recent report shows just how much the organization has impacted our region. On a recommendation from a firm in Louisville and wanting to grow the organization, staff began working on a community impact report.
From previous years and from, of course, the years that I've been here as executive director, and compiled a report basically that shows the impact that we've had on the community as how we've grown financially as an organization.
They began compiling the data at the start of this year. The report shows that in 2019, through its community arts programming, the organization reached more than 1,500 people, and last year, that number skyrocketed to more than 8,000 people.
It was quite impressive for both me and for my staff here, just because it's important for you to be able to see the effect that you're having and the work that you're doing.
The organization moved into the art station in mid-2020 in the middle of a pandemic, only functioning for 5 months during 2020. Saying their data shows a 1% hit.
As an organization, with the community arts programming that we do, as well as our individual lessons, we actually have a goal of 10,000 people that we would like to reach this year.
Saying they want to keep the tradition and heritage of Appalachia alive for future generations.
It's very vital to the region that we continue arts education and promoting how arts can affect a community and how working in the arts can enrich a community.
The sky is only the limit. In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, the organization is hosting Birdlaw, that's a jazz fusion band, this Saturday at the Art Station from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
6:42 here on this Thursday morning. We continue to track a little bit of everything from rain in the south to possibly freezing rain in those northern counties. So continue to be careful. Roads wet area wide, could be icy in some of those northern counties. Temperatures 40s and 50s down south, close to freezing or below in the north. So again, take it slow, take it easy, regardless of where you are today. We're going to see those temperatures actually climb as we head deeper into the day, up to about 56 right before midnight there tonight. Yes, it's going to happen as the warm front pushes in from the south. That rain could be heavy at times. And again, water already running high in some of those rivers. And also those rain chances will continue overnight. We'll drop to about 40. And it'll take us to about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to do that, though. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. It's 6:42 here. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. A study reveals the possible effects the COVID-19 pandemic has taken on children around the world. That's next.